One small change can break years of love. And for Outlander fans, Season 8 didn't make just one change, touched the heart of the story. Scenes readers waited decades to see were altered, softened, or removed. Characters felt different. Emotions felt rushed. And now, fans aren't just disappointed. They're hurt. Outlander is not just another TV show. For many fans, it is a story they grew up with, lived with, and carried in their hearts for years. Long before the show existed, readers spent countless nights with these books, following Claire and Jamie through love, loss, war, and time itself. These characters became more than names on a page. They felt real. Their pain felt personal. Their victories felt earned. That deep connection is why Season 8 feels so sensitive. Book readers were not asking for perfection. They understood that books and TV are different. They accepted changes in earlier seasons because the soul of the story was still there. The emotions matched. The choices made sense. Even when scenes were cut, the meaning behind them survived. But Season 8 is different. This season carries the weight of endings. It represents closure. It is where long journeys are meant to come together, where promises made in earlier books finally pay off. Fans waited years, sometimes decades, for these moments. So when key parts of the story were changed, it didn't feel like a small edit. It felt like something precious was taken away. Many readers feel the show no longer trusts the source material. Instead of letting quiet emotional moments breathe, Season 8 often rushes forward. Instead of showing deep inner struggles, it chooses simpler paths. And for a story built on emotional depth, loss is painful. Another reason fans care so much is because Outlander has always respected its audience. The show was known for treating its viewers as thoughtful and patient. It didn't rush love. It didn't avoid pain. It allowed silence, grief, and healing to exist on screen. When Season 8 moves too fast or changes motivations, fans feel that respect slipping away. There is also fear behind the anger. Fans are afraid that the ending they imagined, the one shaped by the books, will never truly exist on screen. They worry that the final season will be remembered not for its beauty, but for what it left out. That fear turns into frustration, and frustration turns into fury. At its core, the backlash is not about hating the show. It is about love. Love for a story that meant something at a certain time in people's lives. Love for characters who helped them through loneliness, grief, and hope. When Season 8 changes those foundations, fans feel like their emotional investment is being ignored. This is why the reaction feels so strong. This is not just about plot. It's about trust. And once trust starts to crack, every change feels heavier than it should. In the next section, we'll look at the character changes that shocked fans the most, and why many believe these changes weaken the heart of Outlander itself. Some changes hurt more when they touch the people you love most. And in Outlander Season 8, fans didn't just notice small differences. Felt like certain characters were no longer the same people they had followed for years. In the books, every major character carries deep emotional layers. Their choices are slow, thoughtful, and often painful. They doubt themselves. They struggle. They grow. But in Season 8, many fans feel those layers were stripped away. Characters began making decisions too quickly, without the inner conflict that once defined them. What used to feel meaningful now feels rushed. One of the biggest complaints is how emotional reactions were softened. In the books, characters sit with grief. They live inside fear. They question their own hearts. On screen, those same moments pass in seconds. Fans feel robbed of the quiet pain that made these characters human. Instead of seeing why someone acts a certain way, viewers are simply told to accept it. Some personalities also feel changed. Strong, thoughtful characters from the books sometimes appear passive or unsure in the show. Others feel sharper or colder than readers remember. These may seem like small shifts, but for longtime fans, they are impossible to ignore. When you know a character deeply, even a small change feels loud. What hurts most is that these changes affect relationships. When a character reacts differently, it changes how love, loyalty, and trust are shown. Moments that once felt powerful now feel flat. Fans don't feel the same emotional weight because the characters are not carrying it anymore. Many viewers understand that actors, time limits, and pacing all play a role. But fans argue that emotional truth should never be rushed. Outlander built its reputation on deep character work. When that weakens, the entire story suffers. This is why fans are upset. They don't feel angry at change itself. They feel angry because the characters they protected in their hearts now feel unfamiliar. And when characters lose their true voice, the story loses its soul. In the next section, we'll explore the missing and rewritten storylines fans waited years to see on why their absence feels like a broken promise. Some stories are not just side plots. They are promises. And for many Outlander book readers, Season 8 quietly broke those promises. For years, fans imagined certain moments exactly as they were written. They replayed scenes in their minds. They waited patiently, trusting that the final season would finally give those arcs the space they deserved. But when Season 8 arrived, many of those long-awaited storylines were either shortened, changed beyond recognition, or missing entirely. In the books, these arcs unfold slowly. They build tension over time. Every step matters. Every choice leads to a consequence. But in the show, several of these journeys are compressed into quick scenes or merged with others. What once felt like a powerful, emotional climb now feels like a fast summary. This hurts because those storylines were meant to reward loyalty. Book readers stuck with the series through thousands of pages. They followed every loss, every sacrifice, every moment of hope. These arcs were the payoff. When they disappear, fans feel like their patience was taken for granted. Another issue is how missing storylines affect the larger picture. Removing one thread doesn't just erase a moment, it changes how everything connects. Relationships feel less earned. Conflicts feel simpler. The world of Outlander feels smaller, less rich, and less lived in. Some fans also feel the show chose convenience over meaning. Instead of trusting the original story, Season 8 seems to avoid complex emotions and long conversations. But those very things are what made the books special. By cutting them, the show loses the depth that set it apart. The most painful part is not knowing what could have been. Fans watch certain scenes and realize what is missing, not because it was bad, but because it was too important to ignore. That absence creates a quiet anger, the kind that lingers long after the episode ends. In the next section, we'll look at how relationship moments were changed, and why fans feel the emotional heart of Outlander is slowly slipping away. Love has always been the soul of Outlander. Not just romance, but deep bonds built through pain, patience, and time. That is why Season 8's changes to key relationship moments hurt so deeply. For many fans, it feels like the show touched the most fragile parts of the story and let them slip away. In the books, relationship scenes are slow and heavy with feeling. Words are chosen carefully. Silences matter. A single look can carry years of shared history. These moments are not rushed because they are meant to sink into the reader's heart. But in Season 8, many of these scenes pass too quickly. Important conversations are shortened. Emotional pauses are removed. What once felt intimate now feels distant. Fans especially noticed how emotional confessions were softened. In the books, these moments are raw. Characters speak from deep wounds. They reveal fears they've carried for years. On screen, those same confessions feel safer, almost guarded. The pain is there, but it is quieted. And for a story built on emotional honesty, that change feels wrong. Another issue is how consequences are handled. In the books, every action between characters leaves a mark. Trust is broken slowly and rebuilt even slower. Season 8 often moves past conflict too fast, making healing feel unreal. Fans don't get to sit with the hurt, and without that, the love feels less earned. These changes affect more than just romance. Family bonds, friendships, and loyalty all feel lighter than before. Moments that should shake characters to their core barely leave a ripple. For longtime fans, this creates a painful disconnect. They remember how these relationships once felt alive. What fans miss most is emotional depth. Not drama for shock value, but quiet, honest moments that stay with you. When those are missing, Outlander starts to feel like a different story wearing the same name in the next section. We'll explore the timeline and historical changes that left fans confused, and why these shifts made the story feel less grounded than ever. Time has always been the backbone of Outlander. It is not just a theme, it is the very force that shapes every choice, every loss, and every reunion. That is why the timeline changes in Season 8 hit fans so hard. When time stops making sense, the story begins to fall apart. In the books, events follow a clear emotional rhythm. Time passes for a reason. Gaps matter. Waiting hurts. Years apart change people, and the reader feels every moment of that distance. Season 8, however, often jumps forward without warning. Important moments happen off-screen, leaving viewers confused about how much time has passed and what emotional growth was skipped.